what we're gonna buy yet, but we are there, and it's me, your boy. It's your boy HifiVega, joined as always by the man who never sleeps, the Tennessee Wire Titan, the man who once said to Dolly Parton, "Are those real?" What's up, Dean?
Am I the only one that always thinks that? I mean, literally, we're walking around Dollywood and I'm going, I don't even know, like, because she has her whole museum there that has like all her famous clothes in it.
Yeah.
For one, she's got the smallest feet in the world. And God bless her, she was like Prince. She's walked around in high heels her whole life. I'm like,
yeah,
I just be short and be proud. But you're just looking at and you're going, God, I mean, really? I mean,
I can't think of nothing else. And she's like 70-something years old.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that comes to mind is, have you watched the South Park episode with like Dog the Bounty Hunter, where it's got his wife, Beth? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? That's basically what I think.
Where I went was Dave Chappelle did this thing where he was walking around in the real life internet. So he's just walking around in a mall with like white crap all over his face and a bag that says music on it, and it's like, what if the internet was real? And he has this guy pops in and goes, "Hey, you want to see some titties?" Hey, you want to see some 70-year-old titties? Well, yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, so like he goes in this room and he comes out, he's like, oh God. Hey, you want to see him again? All right. But it was like, so that was the pop-up if the internet was, if you were walking around, how it would be. But no, Dolly World was cool. You've been there, haven't you?
No. So we haven't actually been in the park. We've been to the park, but we didn't have time to make it that day. So
our
I just wanted to see, we've been by it.
Yeah. No, our plan was, so we got up at 2:00 Saturday morning. So we went to bed at like 10:30, got up at 2, hopped in the car, and the plan was to I didn't know this because I didn't plan any of this, was to drive to Dolly World first. And I'm like, wait a minute, the math just doesn't add up. We're going to get there like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then you want to go in a park? We're going to be dead. So she's like, yeah, that's probably not the best idea. So we kind of flipped days. So we ended up going shopping that day, which worked out. And we went on the big Ferris wheel and all that other crap. But we don't need to go into that.
Listen, I purposely didn't talk about vacation before the show because I wanted to hear some vacation stories because this episode is just catching up with Hi-Fi and Dean, talking about just what we've been doing. But I will say that I've noticed that Dean's going around on this vacation like, I should probably post a picture of this, like obligatory picture of the Ferris wheel. It's like, so you've done it in literally the most sarcastic way possible.
Oh, Drew, trust me, every day I literally had to stop, and I was like, because one of my good friends at IDATA, which I'll tell you, don't let me forget to tell this shirt story. Okay. All right. For the vacation. So anyways, he goes, I think it was either him, I can't remember, because I have 2 really close friends that I talk to quite a lot, and they do this because my brain is constantly and one of them goes, "Hey man, make sure you post pics." And I was like, yeah, okay. Why not? So when we got there, I was like, I'm gonna make this work. Like I'm going to make a job of picking the best moment to describe what is happening on my day sarcastically as possible. So if you look at all of them, it's like, today's nature. And so the nature picture, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you can go my Facebook page, 5-Star Dean or whatever the hell it is. I have no idea. And if I haven't friended you, I'm sorry. That's a whole nother conversation. So the nature picture, I go and I'm like, oh man, this is such an awesome shot. And I'm wearing my toe shoes and I freaking slipped off the rock and right into the water. I didn't fall. I just and it's so cold. We literally just started the day and I was like, God damn it. Whatever. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm on vacation. I'm getting this shot. So my foot in the water, I'm like,
we're in nature, bro. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. But okay, so I do have new headphones.
Oh, what do you have?
So we're working with a new company now, which isn't a new company. That's the ironic part. It's actually a really old company, German Maestro, the MB Quartz company.
MB guys, yeah.
Yeah. So these are the reference headphones that they carry for. This is them telling me these are the Iasca reference headphones. So this is a very neutral sounding headphone that they make. And fortunately for me, on my vacation, I had time to kill in the car. Yeah. So along with listening to 12V Talk last week when you guys did the 90s then and now, and you go, Dean wouldn't listen to this. Dean was listening to that.
Dean was listening.
Dean listened to the whole thing. So Dean has a thought on Orion. So hopefully I'll remember to give my thought on the whole Orion conversation. But so German Maestro sent us, because they know how much I love headphones, so they sent Fernando and I both a pair of these. And so I got an opportunity to sit in the car with my Dragonfly and my phone, and while driving through the mountains, listening to these to kind of get an idea of what the idea is here. So I mean, they look, they look cheap as all get out, but they're very flexible, which is nice. And if you don't have big ears, they have good pads. I would probably recommend. I'm probably going to change the pads to see if
they like the leatherette style.
Yeah, it's like the pleather style pad, but they're kind of thin. I feel like it needs like a bigger pad about out to here. The one thing is they're closed back, which makes them terrible for this.
Actually, they're great because we don't hear no feedback.
Yeah, but I don't.
No echo.
I don't have any air coming to
your ears.
It's like, everybody. It's very nasally sounding to me. So, but they're nice. They're definitely a very acoustically neutral speaker. They have the bass response on them is severely lacking, which is to be expected from something this thin, this close to your head, with no venting or whatnot. But it really creates this tight. They're not wide. They're not out to here. But it creates this really nice sound envelope around your face, and they sound really good. It was interesting. I was like, I wasn't expecting this, but I kind of was. So if you guys are looking for, I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna play with them here a little bit more, and I'm gonna leave them at work so that like before we tune a car, I can just kind of like put them on and get in that mood and kind of clear my head, which this week has been terrible because I can't hear out of this year and my head is just pounding with nasally crap. And so if I sound extra sexy tonight, that's why.
Blame Tennessee.
Blame Tennessee. Blame Susan. Yeah. So anyways, you've heard of Buckys gas station?
Buckys, dude, I love Buckys.
Okay, this is totally car audio related, so just follow me here. I've never
heard
of Buckys.
Drive in a car to get to Buckys.
Yeah. I've never heard of Buckys in my life. Let us know in the comments if you've ever heard of Buckys. It is the world's largest gas station. Oh my God. They have like 100 pumps. And so on our way up, Sue was like, oh yeah, tell me all about Buckys as I'm driving by it going, oh, it was nice to stop, but great. So on the way back, I was driving. I was like, I'm stopping at Buckys. As it turns out, seemed like a pretty good idea. So I'm wearing this shirt and I go into Buckys. And of course, I'm overwhelmed by this ginormous place. I got like a cart full of food because like we were, getting chicken sandwiches and whatnot. And it's out of nowhere. Haley goes, all right, because I was with Haley. And she goes, I got to go to the bathroom. I said, all right, I'll be right here. This dude just walks up to me and goes, hey, man, love the show. And I go, thanks. And I'm like, of all the fucking places, a Buckys?
Right.
Bucky, I mean, like, I go to the most public places ever, and I'm in a Buckys in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. And the guy just walks up to me and goes, hey, man, I love the show. And I'm like, thank you. In a Buckys. I was like, okay. It was the funniest thing ever.
That happened to me recently.
Really?
Yeah, I was sitting having lunch at a New Mexican place that we hadn't tried. And a guy's like, hey, you're HifiVega. And a lot of people know me, just because they know I do YouTube and they just know me through friends of friends or whatever. But this guy was actually someone that watches the show. And I was like, he's like, yeah, man, I just live over here. I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And then, of course, my daughter's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were famous." So she had to throw a little shade on me, and I was like,
I know, aren't they great like that?
Yeah, I was like, "No, I'm not famous. Like one person in all of Fort Smith knew me." But
Dude.
Bucky's, back to Bucky's. What do we got? Did you get the nuggets?
I got the chicken sandwich.
But did you get like the bag of like puffed Bucky nuggets? They're called the Bucky Nugs or whatever.
I didn't realize that was a thing until afterwards, and Sue told me that was a thing, and I was like,
yeah.
Dude, you're being a terrible wingman on this one.
Dude, listen, we're gonna be a Knowledge Fest, both of us.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah.
There is 10 Bucky's in that area.
Busy as shit.
I'll go to Bucky's for you, and I'll bring the nuggets. So
speaking of Knowledge Fest, I never can say no, as you know this. Whatever you guys want to do, it's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So if anyone ever calls me up, it's like, hey, I'm in. Whatever you need, I'll do it. Yeah, sure, I'm in. You need me to be here, I'll be there. You want me to film this, I'll film that. I don't care. You know, I can't tell you how many website or Facebook groups or stupid videos we've had to shot because I just can't say no, whether it's good for me or not. It's so. Couple months back, I was talking with the Kenwood guys, Kenwood JVC or JVC Kenwood, I don't know. And we were like, hey man, you know, we're trying to come up with an idea for classes because we're tired of doing the same classes. I'm like, I totally agree, they suck. Let's do something cool. Let's.
Do you never want to mince words?
No, not at all. That's why they asked, because it's like, all right, he agrees. And it was like, yes, let's do something cool. I was like, okay. So we came up with this giant idea. And naturally, Orlando happened. And then immediately vacation happened. And now in 5 weeks, we'll be in Dallas. And it's like, holy Jesus, what happened? It's like nothing for a year and a half. We're all just going as fast as we can, trying. And then it's like, show. You know, it's like, oh my God. Yeah. So I noticed they post their class schedule the other day. And I was like, oh crap, we were supposed to do something. So I call him up today and I was like, hey man, you know, we talked about this. I didn't know if you still wanted to do it. And he's like, you know, we're kind of pushing the clock here. We want to save it for Vegas. We'll do, you know, next year we'll do a big thing in Vegas. There'll be more people there. We'll start planning now and we'll have plenty of time. I said, awesome. And he goes, so that's, you know, you don't have to worry about anything in Dallas. I said, okay. So then we're talking some more. And I said, you know, Fernando came up with this idea and we've been trying to figure out where we can put it. Like who would best benefit from this idea? And I said, sitting here, I kind of feel it'd be you. And so I pitched him the idea and he's like, he goes, I just want to tell you right now, you were off the hook to do anything in Dallas. We didn't want you, but now you have something to do for us in Dallas. He goes, so when you're complaining that you have too much work to do, I want you to know you brought this on yourself.
Is this what you wanted?
Yeah. And I was like, God damn it, you're right. But you know, there again, it's one of those things where it's this idea we had that we thought was really cool. And we wanted to share it with other dealers. And the idea of taking, you know, this brand and associating it with this idea is something that we do. And everyone kind of benefits from it. And then, of course, to make that worse, I had an idea and I wanted to pitch it to Audio Control because they're another big sponsor of ours. And so I went to Matthew one drunken night and I said, hey, I wasn't drinking. I was the only one. I'm the only sober one. And then they always go, you're the sober one? Yeah, sorry.
I'm all checked up on Fresca.
yeah, I'm all checked. No, it wasn't Fresca. It was sweet tea. So I go, hey, I have this other idea that I think you might be interested in. And so I pitched it to him and he's like, damn it, that's great. And I was like, all right, well, you know, if you want to make it a class at Dallas, we could do it. So, you know, so now it's like we're gonna be doing 2 classes for Kenwood, a class for Audio Control, plus our class. Fernando has, because he screwed up and pitched this giant a Latino class that him and a couple guys are going to do. Ricardo Rangel from Monster from Rangel in Mexico City, which if you don't follow on Instagram, you should, because his like shit is off the chain. So they have this giant 2-hour training in Spanish Saturday night. That's the after hours training that they do. So I'm like, I'll be there for support. Won't know what you're saying, but I'll be there. And it's like, I'm just like, why? We're stupid. We're just there to have fun. No.
See, I'm there to have fun. See, I'll be there to have fun. I'm going to be in the back of the class and asking, oh, this is Dean's class. Like, let's see what I can ask. Just
you'll like our class. So our class, the class that we're teaching this year, is going to be on camera gear.
Right. Oh, I'm going to be there for that.
So sorry guys, dinner.
Yeah.
We're teaching a class on it's called cameras, mics, and lights. And
there you go.
Basically, because one of the most popular questions we get after we talk about it is, because we bring all our cameras and stuff and kind of set them on the table. People always ask, about the camera gear. And even though we kind of go over it a little bit throughout the show or throughout the class that we teach, this year, we've done that training now 4 or 5 times. So I'm kind of over it. It's like, if you guys don't get the idea that you need to be making videos, then I can't help you. So now it's, all right, well, if you are going to make videos, here are some of the things you need to know about some of the equipment you might want to buy, and kind of walk them through, the basics of what a camera does, how to, what depth of field is, how to visually take one picture and tell a story. So,
yeah, all the good stuff, 3-point lighting.
Yeah. No, screw that. No, this is car. This is gorilla shit, man. Slow it down. We're not models here.
I've been meaning to order me an underhood light like you guys use. I need
the Saber lights
for when I'm doing stuff in the garage.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
and you need to. The one thing that was driving me crazy when you're doing your Big 3 upgrade video.
Yeah.
Tap the focus in the bottom right-hand corner. Turn off the autofocus.
It was actually focused to spot. It wasn't a tracking.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, those stupid cameras will just keep doing this.
Up. You got stupid alternator. I was like, damn. And I already got it done. I was like, So
I know.
Yeah.
No one will notice, but Dean, who cares?
I know. I did notice though, and I was like, damn it. You know how it goes.
Next one, bro. Next one.
Yeah. All right.
I look at it like this. We're just gonna, make another one in a week or 2, anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. I've already done one before. I've done one again. Scott from Power Rog, what's going on? Appreciate it, brother. All right. I done. Let me see here. Add it to the stream. I've added a poll.
What's the most undervalued upgrade in car audio? Alternator, Big 3, sound dampening, extra battery, paying a pro to help set up and tune your DSP. I think that's about right. Other than the alternator, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think people think about an alternator. And with the exception of a big system, I don't think the alternator is like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I put the alternator in there for the Basshead guys because that's probably like one of their big upgrades that they're going to want to do.
Oh, 100%.
But for us, I would say sound dampening is probably, the main one. Paying someone to help you set up your DSP. I did have people say, well, I already know how to set up my DSP, and that's fine. But I will tell you this, even the most seasoned pro could use help tuning.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people, world champions, ask other people for help tuning. So just because you understand the basics doesn't mean you can't get better than what you are with the help of somebody else.
Listen, man, I feel I do a pretty good job. And then I sit in Brian Mitchell's car, and immediately I go, I suck. So anytime that guy wants to say, hey, you should try this, I'm over there writing that shit down, going, yep, I will gladly try that. Or I'm going, hey, man, you should do another class again where you kind of talk about your shit.
Right.
How you do this, because I missed the first one and I really want to hear it again. And if you're not learning, you're never going to know it all. It's impossible. Like I don't know it all. I never claim to know it all, and I would love to know it all, but that's impossible. And so you just surround yourself with people that know more than you, and you learn from them.
Right. And I think, that's just undervalued in general knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
They put the value on items, on products. I like to use golf analogy a lot. So you can buy all the best golf clubs in the world, but if you don't know how to swing them, it's not going to help you as much as paying a pro to actually work with you, get your swing right. And then you can use, the cheapest clubs available and do better than you would if you spent multi-thousands of dollars on the best golf clubs you can get.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've sat in a couple cars that, customers have done the tuning on their own, and they sounded wonderful. And I'm like, wow, you should be proud of yourself. You did a really good job. But there again, it's like you got one car that's tuned. You got lucky. You got lucky once. Try to do that like every day of the week.
Yeah, and repeatable results. That's why someone like Jess Smith can get paid. Oh no, Dean's gonna die live on air, guys. I'm so sorry about this.
Just a piece of lettuce. It's okay.
No, but that's why they pay somebody like Jess Smith to come tune cars. Even people that do this for a living. So.
Oh yeah, and he makes a good amount of money a year doing it.
Right. And it's well worth it,
Because you pay him for travel time and you pay him per hour. So
yeah,
he does okay tuning people's cars. I'm eating a salad. So this Tennessee had Publix. Ooh, that's Publix, wonderful.
They got a nice like deli section and
Publix
all the food. Yeah.
So Publix makes a pre-made salad that I get specifically for tonight. So normally I buy salads in the bag, but for Thursday night they make a pre-made salad that has like bell peppers and radishes and carrots and all the crap. And I buy that for tonight so that when I get done running, I just dump it into a bowl, throw my chicken in it, throw my dressing on it, come sit down and start the show. Because most nights I literally show up 5 minutes before the show has to start. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Woo.
Yeah.
So
well, he's smarter than me, because yesterday what I did is I didn't eat since 10:30 that morning. Then we had a marathon show, and here I'm at 10 o'clock at night eating a freaking Burger King Bacon King, and it was delicious by the time I ate it. But I was very hungry from the start of the show to the end of it.
Dude, let me tell you what. So, we stayed in a cabin the first half of the vacation up in the mountains. Beautiful. I strongly recommend doing it. Then we moved over to the city and stayed in a hotel there again. It was like, it's not the same. I would, but the last day we were in Atlanta because we went to go to see the whale sharks.
Yeah.
And downtown Atlanta is amazing. It's like so much stuff. I'm not a fan. But the hotel we stayed in had food at night available. And I was like, oh, no kidding. Because we'd been driving all day and we really hadn't had time to eat anything. So we got done with the whale sharks and it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I was like, dude, I'm going downstairs and get some food. And they made a turkey burger.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. When you're hungry and someone makes food that you like, it's like, it's the best goddamn turkey burger. I'm like over there going, can I get another?
Yeah. Well, plus it's at nighttime. Like, this is Dean's time to shine right now. It's nighttime, time to get in the zone, eat something that's not red meat, and just do your thing.
Mm. Dude, so here's the funny part. Anytime we go on vacation, which anytime like we go to Disney or whatever, and we end up in a restaurant and there's a TV on, one of two things is always playing on the TV. It never fails. It's either MMA or American Ninja Warrior. No shit, every time. When we got there Saturday, we're sitting in this restaurant eating whatever the hell we were eating, and I sent Fernando a picture because we're sitting there in front of the TV. MMA is on.
Yeah.
And then the last night we're in Atlanta, there again, we're sitting there eating this wonderful turkey burger, and American Ninja Warrior was on. I'm like, how does this happen?
Hey, it's just how it goes. I tell you what did you think about the Smoky Mountains? Did you drive up to the top? Did you get to do the walk and the little stuff up there?
Yeah, so we took a ski lift up to the top, and then we like walked across this bridge with a glass thing in the middle, and I mean, yeah, I know, right? El Fuego, 100%.
But
So I've been on 10,000 feet, 11,000 feet up on a volcano and look down, and you're gonna like see the airplanes come in and land. It's pretty amazing in Hawaii. I love nature. I love going up and seeing these things. I loved all of it. Like, to me, it was like the coolest thing in the world. My only problem is when I go on vacation, we never actually relax.
Yeah, you're always doing something.
There's no beach time. There's no share time. It's always like you get up, we got 10 things to do. We do those 10 things, we come home. The only thing that made this vacation better was this cabin we stayed in had a pool table and a jacuzzi.
Ooh.
And a barbecue. So we did something we've never done on vacation. We grilled one night. We sat in the jacuzzi every night. And then all of us played pool. And Haley kicked both our butts, which was hilarious. That just goes to show how bad we suck because she's never played pool in her life. So
the grilling. Well, see, you live on the beach, so it's not a big deal. But we cook almost every night when we go on vacation, just because it's easier, because we go to the beach, we got sand on us, it's easy to cook.
Yeah.
But there's just something about it, man. Something about just relaxing on vacation that I love. I like doing the doing the shopping and stuff. That's fun, but I like just being, not doing anything.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the thing I think we figured out of this vacation was that we kind of planned it wrong. We should have spent more time in the cabin and less time in Nashville and doing that whole nightmare. But it's always kind of like a homework assignment going on vacation with these guys, because there's always something to be learned from it. It's like when we go to Hawaii, we hopped on a plane, flew over to Honolulu so we could go to Pearl Harbor and Forward Island and went to all the museums there, because it's like I wanted Haley to have those experiences, because like when I was a kid, there was always a crayon box that had a picture of Pearl Harbor on it. And, I was like, oh, that looks cool. And I wanted her to be able to walk up to the person and go, yeah, that's Pearl Harbor. I've been there.
Yeah.
And so, to me, it was like, I always wanted to make sure we could do those things. It's like, so we always, there's not a vacation where we haven't ended up in some museum, some nature thing. It's always that. And there's always some learning element to every vacation. And the funny thing is she actually likes doing it now. So it's like, she planned this whole trip. She didn't ask me about anything. So it's like, we went to the Titanic Museum. We went to this was the weirdest one. It was called Alcatraz East. Had nothing to do with Alcatraz. It was just a modern crime museum. So the whole museum was just about modern crime. It takes you through all crime really, but it takes you through the beginning, like with pirates and stuff like that, all the way up to like suicide bombers and CSI, the whole thing. And it was like, wow, this actually, there was a lot of reading.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. And, they had a blast. And I was just like, how cool is that? I mean, she really okay. Because most kids would be like,
yeah.
Can I go? No.
It's usually me.
Pepper's Place, Hot Sauce, and Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I walked past both of those. I almost went into Pepper's Place, but I'm good.
I've done all the sauces except the one you have to sign a waiver for.
Yeah.
I was like, if it needs a waiver signed, I don't think I'm down for that.
No. We did have some really amazing pizza.
Where'd you have pizza
at? It was this place in downtown Tennessee that was it was a brewery, but they had pizza. And it was weird because they didn't put sauce on the pizza, like tomato sauce. Everything was kind of geared around whatever the pizza was. So the only one that really stuck out was this macaroni and cheese pizza they made.
Oh, no, so, I hate the mac and cheese pizza.
Dude, I do too, but let me tell you what, you would have liked this because there wasn't a lot of mac and cheese on it. So it wasn't like going to CC's where it's like 90%.
Oh, dude, that's like...
No, it wasn't anything like that.
All I can think about is that zinky metallic... Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, no, because Haley goes, oh, I hate mac and cheese pizza. Because at college, if you had macaroni and cheese one night, the next night was always macaroni and cheese pizza because there's just a leftover macaroni and cheese. But she was like, dude, this is awesome. We had like this jalapeno honey pepper pizza. No, I don't even remember what the hell it was. That was really good. It had like honey and it was crazy. And then the other one was taco pizza, which I didn't try because it was red meat. And I was like, yeah, it looks good. But yeah, it was really fun.
What Bojangles? Where did you guys all land on? See, we almost needed to have Haley on here because obviously she didn't die on the roller coaster. Did she do the roller coaster?
Oh, we did 2 of them. Yeah.
Were they fun?
Oh, they were hilarious. It was great. I GoPro'd the whole thing. It was awesome. Cool. Yeah, we had a blast on that. And then we did one at Dolly World too. We did 2 at Dolly World, but no, the Rocky Mountain roller coaster was the bomb. If you're ever in there and you drive past a Rocky Mountain roller coaster, turn your ass around and go on it because it's awesome. I mean, just the ride up to the top, just looking at all the nonsense and going, wow, this is a long ride. This is a lot of trees. This is pretty nice. Yeah. You know, and then, I'm going to die. And it's not that it's particularly scary. It's just you saw the guy that buckled you in and you're going, this is the guy that's responsible for this whole thing. Crap, I might die. So, because there was definitely a Target Walmart between these two. Hey, man, I like your shoes. That was the other thing, too. Everyone in Gatlinburg was just totally blown away by my shoes. I've never had more people.
Oh, you're a foreigner in a different land.
Oh, yeah. You'd think I was a genie. They were just blown away by my. Oh my God! Look at them shoes. Are them things comfortable? Them look nice. Wow. I used to have me a pair of something similar like that, but mine had 4 toes. They fit perfect. Anyways.
Bojangles. Well, where'd you guys land? Or is this going to be an episode of the boy?
No. So, okay, like I said, we got up at 2:00 in the morning to leave. So Bojangles was like the first stop, and it just was convenient. I was like, oh shit, there's a Bojangles across the street. Let's go there. So we went there. It was weird. I was just like not ready. I knew to get the biscuit, the blueberry biscuit or whatever the hell it is. That was awesome. Sue didn't want any part of that. I'm sorry, Haley didn't want any part of that. Sue, I took like 2 bites of it, just small bites, and then set it on the dash. And Sue took a bite, and I'm like, and she's like, well, I mean, if you want to, I don't want another bite. She's like, okay. You know, I was like, oh, geez, I guess because I only ordered 1, which was apparently a dumb move because they come as a pack of 2. Didn't realize that. Next time I'll know. Haley got the chicken biscuit. She thought it was wonderful. I got an egg and cheese biscuit because that's what I typically get. And, you know, it was like good biscuit, salty, yummy. You know, so it wasn't like, it was good. I enjoyed it. We 2 thumbs ups on the breakfast at Bojangles. Sure.
And they serve breakfast all day.
I didn't know that.
Saying Martin's over Bojangles. I've never had a Martin's, but I'm willing to try it.
I'll try anything once. Okay, I take that back. No, I won't. Never mind.
That's I would try. Ticket.
Yeah. Never mind. No, I mean when it comes to restaurant, and then she's a big fan of Jack in the Box. Like, oh my God, Jack in the Box. It's like she thinks
the nasty tacos.
No,
you didn't because it's red meat. But did anybody eat the nasty tacos?
No, they got burgers, man. Actually, Sue got chicken fingers. I was like, why did you? Okay, weird. She never gets chicken fingers. I was like, you know, Haley got
vacation. It was vacation. She was just feeling it out.
I will say they had a pita. They had a chicken pita. That was basically a salad and a pita, and I was probably, sadly enough, was probably the healthiest thing I ate on the whole vacation. I was like, dang, I would get this every day. You know, this is good. You know, Haley's over there. It's like burger hot gone. I was like, where'd the burger go? Jesus.
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah, it was funny.
When you're young like that, you can just eat whatever you want super fast with no consequences.
Yeah. So when I did go visit one of my friends that works at Titan Motor Works in Tennessee. That was the picture. He lived here forever. He used to work at Circuit City. So I always just call him Circuit City Donnie. And so I was like, and a couple, I know all the guys that work there. Well, most of the guys that work there, the ones that matter anyways. And so I was like, all right, man, I'm here. I want the tour. Show me this place. It's insane. They have like 23 people that work there.
Wow.
I mean, these guys do everything. They have 3 full-time mechanics. They have, wheel and tire guy. They pimp my ride all the way from start to finish. They have like 4 or 5 tinners. I mean, they have 2 dedicated fabricators. They're fabricators. They have 1 guy that wires. I mean,
like a West Coast custom situation.
Oh yeah, but better. Wow. These guys are insane. And dude, so when you're driving down the interstate, you see like that warehouse on the side of the road and like that frontage road, and you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So their building is that, and it's like there's cars for like the whole way getting to this place, and I'm like, dude, there's no parking at all. What the hell? He goes, yeah, I know. Those are all ours. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, we have no parking. We have no place to work on these things. He's like, dude, we'll be working on these things. He's like, he's showing me around. He's like, yeah, we told this guy we'd start in his car in January. And I was like, what? Really? He's like, yeah. We're trying to get him to pick it up and bring it back, but he won't. I was like, God damn.
Wow, man. They're doing that kind of business.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
The business they're doing, you asked me not to talk about it, but put it this way. Millions.
How many squatted trucks did you see in front?
None.
Oh, wow.
These are all jacked up. I mean, these
with the lights everywhere. And
oh my God, dude, this is pimped out big ass trucks. And one of their specialties is rebuilding Broncos. So the original Bronco, the original, not the 80s thing, that 70s Bronco, like they rebuild that whole thing. So they've been doing that for years. So I think he told me they've done like 15 or 20 of those. So like they have a whole thing that they do. And they had one in there they had 2 in there. One of them had a diesel engine in it, which I thought was crazy. I was like, how the hell did they do that? He goes, this was what the company that did it. This is the one that they built the kit for it from, is they built it with this guy. So now they sell a diesel kit.
Yeah, those things are ridiculously expensive now, especially the
trust me. He was telling me that just the ticket on what they're doing.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude, cars are expensive right now. You'd be lucky to find a 97 Honda Civic for $2,500.
Oh, probably.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So one of the things you guys talked about in your 90s review of products that was obviously Orion.
Right.
And the Orion then and now, and some of the things, trust me, I was yelling at the radio the whole time going, what? You guys don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God. What is anyways.
I love those. I think about that while I'm saying it. I was like, what can I say to get Dean?
I was losing my mind. But so here's the thing. Here's my thought on Orion. I wasn't yelling at the radio for this. I was actually, when you started talking, I was like, all right, does any of this matter? Because what we knew back in the 90s about Orion, it was my brand of choice. So from a retailer's point of view, made a shit ton of money off of Orion. Shit ton. Because right down the street was Rockford, and Kicker really wasn't that big here. Go easy, Bobby. So we eventually picked up Kicker, and then it got, whatever. We sold a bunch of it, and who cares? But I really don't. To me, it doesn't matter that a beast doesn't do 1,000 watts, because back then I didn't care. They could have said it done a million watts. It didn't matter. It was just this giant amplifier that is like so much money, and it was so cool. I don't care if they were fudging the numbers, or if they had, they might have thought it was 1,000 watts. Who knows what they were doing for specifications? They could have been running those things at 20 dB plus gain, going crazy, going, look, puts out 1,000 watts at plus 20. It's like, okay, with the dual 30 amp fuses in it that you immediately pulled out and put 60s in because they blew like the first time you turned it on. It didn't matter to me, and it doesn't matter to me. I will love the experiences I had with that product from now until the end of time. So I don't care that the amplifier didn't put out 400 watts or 600 watts or 1,000. It doesn't matter, because it wasn't that didn't, we didn't know back then, and I honestly don't think it matters today, because that time can never be brought back or changed, and it's what it was. If Rockford was doing the most amazing, like, it's a punch 45, but it puts out 900 watts. We knew there was something special about a punch 45 and a punch, punch 75 and a punch 150. Because when you heard them and you're like, God damn, what is that thing? Like, the first time I heard a punch 45 and then someone showed it to me, I'm like, that is doing that? Okay. That's 90 watts, huh?
But see, the mindset is like, I agree now. Like, now I don't care. The only reason I care if it does its ratings is just simply because if you don't meet your ratings, what else do I need to know? That
Totally.
About?
Yeah,
but
all of it.
Back then, dude, I was total basshead mode because, I got a Orion 225. I'm like, yeah, this thing's awesome. It jams, sounds good. But now I'm getting smoked in the lanes by an XS50, a Kicker XS50, or especially like an MTX 225 HO that actually does almost 1,000 watts.
Right.
And you're like, my Lord, man, like, what is going on? Or I'm like, you know what? I have two 225s now. I could buy more and do different subs, or I could save up for a 2100 because this thing's going to be 1,600 watts.
Yeah.
And then I switch from two 225s to the 2100 and I lose like 2 decibels. I'm like, what is going on, man? Because at that point, it's like, hey, yes, good sound. I really didn't even know what good sound was back then. All I knew was, hey, I paid a ton of money for this and I'm doing less. Like, no, this one's got to go. We're going back.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. I mean, in looking back at, because there again, I was 19, 20 years old.
Right.
And brainwashed, a little bit of brainwash. There's no doubt about it. I mean, that was the brand. That was the first, if you're not on my team, you suck brand that I was involved with. And I drank the Kool-Aid. I licked the rim, I did all of it because it just, that shiny black and red heatsink was, and that moon and star. It was like, oh, this is so awesome. This is, and it could have gone either way. I mean, it could have gone either way. If we would have been a Rockford dealer, I'd have been saying that about Rockford. But, my shop in town that I ended up working for, that was their brand.
Oh, right.
And, we drank the Kool-Aid. There was other guys, that figured that out, and they were like, no, man, this just isn't as powerful as they say it is. I can tell because I'm doing this, doing that. And it's like, this is louder. And it's like, whatever. You just didn't know how to set that up. And it's like,
that's kind of how I was. I wasn't sophisticated enough to put
I didn't care
together. It's like, I just know this didn't do what it said it was going to do. And I was swayed. I was a Rockford guy, and I was swayed by the sound of a 225 versus my Punch 225.2. When I switched over to the 225, I was like, dude, this sounds way better than this amp, which was crazy to me. That's what got me. And then, you had to do it. At that point, kicker wasn't even a factor in amps. No one thought about kicker at that time. No one thought about, all these other brands. It was Rockford or Rockford or Orion. And then on subs, it was more, you would get closer. Phoenix Gold was in the mix too, I'd say. But on subs, it'd be like JL, Kicker were in the mix of some of the ones that people liked.
See, for us, we sold the XTR subwoofers were it. Like, that's it. That's all we sold back in the 90s. Ryan Bill going in the front right now. Yeah, 225 SXs, Bridget front. Yeah, that'd be nice. That was the dream system. So my system back then had the 225. I'm sorry, no, it was all black SX. So it was a 250, a 21, 25, and 4 222s. So that was because I had 6 amps and a 200 CRX and a 300 CRX. So, I mean, and I think I had F mods on one of the amplifiers for the center and rears.
Andy kicking down the door. What kind of place is this?
So Kicker wasn't big here in my area back then. It was a B. It was, and I think you guys, it was kind of a B-rated amplifier as far as we're concerned. It was like, it was neat, but it wasn't. And the shop that carried it really wasn't the shop. So it just didn't have.
I think that was universal. It was like that here as well, and that's why there's not many of those around. People that collect them. There's not a whole lot of them around. Like you can find 225s all day. You can find Rockford Fosgate 225s all day. But Kicker amps are they're more rare.
So my two funny experiences with Kicker that just kind of like was guy brings me in a set of Solo Barrack 12s, old school, S in the middle. And he's like, I want you to build this box. And I go, why? Because this thing's going to pound. And I'm like, no, it's not. Oh, this thing's going to pound. I'm like, there's not a chance in hell this box is going to pound. You just wait until I'm done. You just wait until you're done. You're going to be blown away. And I'm like,
all right.
Dude, I'm building band passes every day of the week. There's no way I'm putting these 212s in this shitty small sealed box and be impressed. And you know what? I built that shitty box, put it in the car, and guess what? I wasn't impressed. I was like, yeah, this sounds like crap. I got 210s in a band pass over here to rock this. Bye. So that was number one. So anytime somebody brought me one of those woofers, I was like, I really don't want to build a box for you for this. Can we put them in a ported enclosure? Can we do something where they're not going to suck?
And at that point, Kicker was like, they were like, no ported enclosure.
Yeah.
And I didn't find out till later on that people were putting them in ported enclosure. Like, whoa, like these things jam in ported enclosures.
They probably would because they sucked in a seal box. Oh my God, it was horrible. And the second one was someone brought me this giant surfboard of a Kicker amplifier that had a 0 gauge in it.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, it was in a Mustang, put it in the trunk, battery in the trunk, literally battery, amplifier. So I ran a piece of 4 gauge to the amplifier because it was literally, I don't know, 12-inch piece of wire.
Yeah.
12-inch piece of wire. I don't need to run a 0 gauge. I can run a 4 gauge. So I get it, the amplifier doesn't work. Okay. So I call up Kicker Tech support and I say, hey, I got this amplifier here. I'm just calling to make sure I got this right. And it's just a dead amp. And he's like, a dead amp? Oh my God. What do you mean? I said, okay, so this is my system. This is my layout. This is what I got. He goes, oh, you ran a piece of 4 gauge. I said, it's 12 inches long, dude. No, it's got to have 0 gauge. I go, it's not going to matter whether it's 12 gauge or 0 gauge. It's 12 inches long. I can put 300 amps of current on a 12-inch piece of 4 gauge. It's not going to matter. No, that's the problem. What's your name? Hold on, let me write this down. All right, so you have an extension? Yeah, it's right here. I said, all right, so I'm going to hang up right now. I'm going to run a piece of 0 gauge, 12-inch piece of 0 gauge into this amplifier. When it does the same thing, I'm going to call you back and we can proceed with the conversation of what I need to do now. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. All right, sure. Okay. Hang up the phone. What did he say? He said, I got to run a piece of 0 gauge. 12 inches? Yeah. Apparently he's the John Holmes of amplifier wiring. And if I put a big piece of 0 gauge on there, this amplifier is going to fire right up and work. Customer standing there the whole time, of course, like, cut a piece of 0 gauge, smack it in, jam the thing. And if you remember the 0 gauge from like...
They really didn't fit 0 gauge.
Well, not only that, 0 gauge used to be like, strongman competition.
I remember.
And my wiring has always been... So 0 gauge isn't really, that old 0 gauge was not conducive to that. So, it ends up being like an 18-inch piece of 0 gauge because I got to like snake this thing, and I was like, all right, so I put it in, hook it up, and guess what? Called the tech support. I said, hey man, it's I just talked to you like 10 minutes ago. All right, I got a piece of 0 gauge in here. What's the next box I need to tick before you can tell me what I'm going to do with this amplifier? Well, I thought for sure it'd work. I know you did, but
it didn't.
It doesn't.
Right.
And there again, guy, it's not you. It's the amplifier. I'm not familiar with these things. I didn't know if there's any magic like switches hidden or I'm missing something, because anytime you talk to anybody in tech support, it's like you have to be as nice as humanly possible, and I always am. I know now I sound like a smart ass, but it's like I'm as nice as humanly possible until you become a dick to me. And then it's like, oh, wow, you're going to like, I've had some tech support guys where it's like, okay, I'm doing this. Well, I'm like, whoa, slow down, killer. Slow down. Okay. It's all right. We're going to get through this. It's either going to be bad, it's going to be good. Either way, I'm the one here with the customer in the install bay or the front of the store waiting for their car, not you. So just calm down and understand that I understand you're stressed. It's okay. It's okay. And you're just like, everyone just needs to fucking breathe. Maestro on the other, these guys are the best. So these guys, I call this guy, there's a guy, Justin, that always answers the phone. And and he always goes, hey man. And I'm like, hey, is this Justin? Because I'm like supposed to recognize his voice, and I have a hard time with that. And so they always top notch, answer my questions, help me out, give me what the fuck I need. So I called their boss and I said, dude, man, their fucking guys are the shit. So I sent them all. I sent them all shirts. I sent them all 5-star shirts. Sent the whole fucking department 5-star shirts. Just because for one, when I call, I want them to answer the goddamn phone.
Right.
But two, they were like really awesome people. It's like, these guys are the best, man. Because trust me, when you got to call some of these techs, it's like, because to me, that's a last fucking resort. And when they go, I don't know, you're just going, fuck.
That's like, I would have, if I was you, I would have been like, how can I squeeze this into part of being Nando's duties of calling tech support? Like, don't worry, bro. I'll do the sound editing. Go get on the phone and figure this out.
I have to say, knock on whatever freaking thing you want. Products these days are like, I find the biggest problem that most people have is the lack of common sense.
That's universal.
The fucking owner's manual. It's like, like, okay, Chrysler, Dodge, whoever, that whole group of idiots,
Fiat,
since 2005, if you have an amplified premium audio system, it has 2 channels, a left and a right, that feeds that amplifier. They are pinned in the rear outputs of the harness. Okay, so green and purple are your 2 channels of audio in. Right. All right. Page 2 of the pack instruction module has a whole paragraph on, if you have a premium audio system, you must do this. That's why in the videos, if you've ever watched one, we call it a 4 or an 8. And I'll go to Fernando, does this have a 4 or an 8? And he'll say it has an 8, which means I know it can wire up normal. If it has a 4, I know my fronts have to go to my rears, so white and gray have to go to green and purple. And everything works. And the reason why this matters is because when you make a Bluetooth call, they can hear you all fucking day long. They're talking to Mike, but you can't hear them because your rear speakers
are sending the input
into the amplifier. Okay. This has been doing this since 2005.
Yeah.
If Fro was still on here, he'd be laughing his ass off right now because he knows the heartache. No shit. I've gotten a call every week since I've gotten back from vacation. Hey, man. And Paul asked the same dumb fucking question. Hey, man, so-and-so's on the phone. They can hear him. He can't. Oh, my God, dude. Page 2. Fucking page 2. Like, how many times are you going to ask me this question? You should have it tattooed on the inside of your fucking eyes by now because I've yelled it at you so many times. Dude, it's like, God damn.
I feel this vibe so hard right now. They've hired so many people at work. So I've literally, for the past 2 weeks, been training people. I thought I was going to have a coronary at some point. It's like I said this 10 times. I'm trying, like, I don't want to yell at you. I really don't want to yell at anybody. I don't want to be mad. I just want to have an easy day. But it's just not happening.
No.
It's like, I'm just trying to be calm, bro. Let's not do this.
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
Yeah.
But
it's like,
go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's just fucking. I always sit there and go, it's car audio, bro. This shouldn't be this hard.
Right. I wish you would have been here to tell me that when I first tried the PAC TR12. I was like, I don't need the instructions for this. I can just.
Fuck that.
I was like, not only do I need the instructions, I need to watch a 5-star video on how to do this.
Shit, let me tell you what. So today, one of my John Schneid, one of our reps, the kicker rep, he was up today because he also reps Redenzo radar detectors. And there's a place in Sarasota called Auto Mods. Yeah. And they, like, you might consider me like top class. You know, it's like, oh, your wiring is the shit. These guys, there isn't a scale to put these guys on. Like, the shit they do, like this radar detector he had in his car, I was like, I'm just curious, how much would he do this for? Because, like, the fucking jammers are mounted into the Ford logo. Like, I can't even describe and have you understand how perfect this radar was integrated in this car. It was next level shit. Like, oh my fucking God. This is like you'd literally walk up to the car and go, this has a radar detector? Yeah. There's the jammer right there. Where? Right fucking there. No way. Yeah. How the fuck did... Yeah.
They befuddled you with it.
Oh my God. I'm just sitting there going, I would not be able... no fucking way. Anyway, so inside the car, he's got this little panel that says Auto Mods. And when you start up the car, this panel moves out of the way and the fucking Redenzo screen pops in. And I go,
wow.
Fuck me. And he shows me what he had to build to get it to work, the programmer. And he's like, yeah, I used like 2 TR12s and a TR7.
Ooh.
And I was like, wait, what? Fuck that.
Dude, them they're very complicated, but they are so odd. Like, you could do almost anything with those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like the Raspberry Pi of car audio world.
Yeah, but they discontinued all of them.
I know. I heard that sad news. I still have one if I ever need it.
Nobody bought them. Well, they still make the TR7, and Metro still makes a device called a Trigger, which is basically the ripoff.
Oh,
so,
well, that's good.
Yeah, because Metro just doesn't ever get rid of anything. All they do is go, oh, this sucked. No one likes it.
Rebrand it.
Let's make a new one.
Right.
We'll just make a new one. Like, they've made, I think the Mustang kit is on like the 5th iteration of that kit. You know, because it's like, we made this one. Didn't like it. Oh, fuck. All right, let's make it. And they're all like $300 kits. And it's like the Camaro kit. They're not afraid to say, yeah, you know, this was the first one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we made it fast. All right. Everyone wants the knobs back. All right, well, we'll figure out how to put the knobs back in. And it's like, I was looking at their new kit now. I was like, you know, at least they figure shit out, man. Amp, fuck now. We're done? Yeah, we're done. How many do we sell? Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Let's make a 2. Let's make a number 2. So what do you got to pimp? Listen, I got an idea. Talking to JP, this needs to come back. You're missing the SPL market with these things.
Why? What do I need to do?
Dude, I don't know how you could do it. But
we haven't gotten rid of them. They're still for sale.
That's what I'm saying. There's some way to market it to them SPL guys. Because some of them do some sick wiring.
Oh, yeah, I know. I trust me. They're all invited to the 12-volt Clean Wire Club.
Right,
I'm like,
sure.
Post up your 27 runs of zero gauge. Please, for the love of God, I love the way that looks. That's so awesome, man.
I know. It's just like a rainbow water flow. Or something.
It's spectacular.
So what do you got to pimp? What's coming up? What you doing?
So yeah, because it's the end of the show.
Right.
Because of vacation, we ran all those shows. We ran through vacation, which we got a lot of positive feedback on. So that's nice. So we'll do that later on this year. We have a second trip we're going to be doing. But the rest of this week and next week is going to just be trying to finish up all the Knowledge Fest interviews that we did, because we did a bunch of those. Yeah. So we have a bunch of interviews with products and stuff like that. So today was audio control. Tomorrow will be German Maestro, and then next week we have a bunch of them to do next week. We also have a bunch of amp dynos that we need to put out that we've got the chance to film with some of the JVC Kenwood stuff. So we're trying to figure out a nice blend of how to do it, because we know we just don't want to
drop it all on them. Yeah.
But we're probably just going to drop it all anyways and just be like, and then everyone will complain like, we missed the install videos. Are you going to? And it's like, yeah, we are. We're just, we have all this other stuff we need. You know, it's like the channel isn't just all install videos. Go back and watch.
What? What? I mean, this is the YouTuber struggle. So,
yeah, but I mean that's the nice thing.
You're the install guy. Do the install guy. Guys, show me the installs.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's the nice thing about our channel. I mean, we literally have 6 different shows we play on the channel. So, Boring Life we filmed a ton of Boring Life stuff. Plus, we had some stuff already that we needed to put out. So that'll be now that vacation is over, we have a ton of vacation Boring Life. So you're gonna see the vacation for probably the next month or two.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then of course we'll keep filming that. It's just for us, it's just trying to catch up. We got 5 weeks until Knowledge Fest. We have a ton of work to do before then.
It's not even 5 weeks.
No, it's exactly 5 weeks, man.
Is it? I just looked
today. Today is exactly 5 weeks.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the Sundown show.
Yeah, when is that?
That is the. Wait, let me look again. I think it's the 13th, 14th of August.
Okay.
So it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks before.
Is that a weekend thing?
Yeah.
That's cool. Where is it?
It's in North Carolina somewhere.
Are you flying?
I'm flying into Charlotte.
Okay.
And then Derek's gonna pick me up, and then we're gonna hang out, and then go to the show, and it's that fun.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. I was like, damn.
There you go.
I got too much.
You're invited, man. You are invited.
I got too much shit to do the rest of this year that it's like I can't miss any more. I can't miss any more work because I mean we got SEMA, we got something we can't even talk about yet.
Are you guys going to SEMA?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be there with audio control.
I'm gonna try to make a SEMA appearance if I can get enough PTO.
Yeah, so we'll be there with audio control, and I think it's gonna be us and Steve.
Oh,
so
that'd be fun.
Steve's a fun guy. Let me tell you what. If you ever get the opportunity to hang out with Steve, Steve's a fun guy. Tip: don't talk about car audio.
Yeah,
biggest tip. Steve doesn't.
We hardly ever talk about car audio. So
no, Steve doesn't want to hear about how awesome the DD1 is. He doesn't want to hear about how cool you think his distribution blocks are. He just wants to talk like, hey man, tell me about your new house. What's that tattoo about? He's just a normal guy, and he just wants to do normal guy shit. And he's got great freaking stories, man. Oh my God, he's got great fucking stories. I'm not gonna tell any of his stories because they're his stories. But let me tell you what, when we were in Dallas, he is like,
I got some stories.
Oh my God. I was just like, dude, you did what? You were insane. He goes, I know, right? Bro, it was hella cool. That's his thing. He loves saying hella cool. I'm like,
that's everybody in California.
Dude. Well, Northern California.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's a fun guy to hang out with. So I really look forward to. I'm hoping he's gonna be there because and Fernando and him, oh my God, those guys are like peas and carrots. Those two guys, like I had a good time with Steve. Fernando and him became fucking buddies. It was like, all right, there you go.
There you go.
And I was holding the camera for people. Hey, can I get a picture of Steve? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm over here like, let me hold on. Smile.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. So what do you got coming up?
I got what am I doing here? What am I doing? All right,
end the show.
Hard. We had a debacle last time, but I've got HifiVega.com. It's launched. I got wiring kits.
Insane.
I've got my merch on there. If you want to HifiVega, the link is in here. Everything besides the YouTube channel, which is going to be up soon. I've got some videos and
I bought the because on Teespring now you can buy a link. So you can buy a URL from Teespring now for your store.
Really?
Yeah, so ours is we have DNF Tool Drawer, obviously, which is, that fun, but we also have DNF Swag now.
Oh, swag. There you go.
So we have DNFswag.com for picking up all the cool 5-star shit.
I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to buy a link for my store because I've got it linked here, but it's always
yeah, you can never have enough links.
Yeah, you got to have all of them, all the domains.
It's like I own, oh, hey, what happened? I guess he edited it again. Well, hey, I guess that's the show. Let's see if he comes back.
Dude, I done it.
Did you do it again?
I done it. It's because the way this button layout is. I got he set up. Yeah, I did it again.
I was like, he did it again.
He did it.
So what I was saying is we own D and F tool drawer and DNF tool drawer. We have them both just because We didn't, because sometimes when you say it fast, people don't necessarily hear the and, they just hear N.
Yeah.
So we bought them both just to make sure that people could get there.
Well, you don't want it to be like a Pornhub prawn hub situation.
No.
So
plus we
want to get the right spot.
Plus we had the DNF shirts, and of course it was like, "Do not finish." I'm like,
yeah.
Believe it or not everybody watches NASCAR.
Yeah, they don't believe it.
I know. Nothing against NASCAR.
All right, let me drop this link because
drop the link.
We got another show coming up,
and it doesn't.
There was a bit of a mix.
Oh my god, dude!
There was a bit of a mix. We can talk about it on the next show.
I totally blame that on vacation, but yeah, we'll talk about it on the next show. So for those of you guys, thank you so much for watching. And this is Hi-Fi's channel. He's supposed to be doing this, but he's dropping a link. So while he's dropping a turd, make sure you guys head over to the next show, which is Side Jag. So on the Side Jag channel, we're going to be talking about Grandma's Boy, not the other show.
Both of them. We could talk about both of them.
Well, probably will, just because. But make sure you head over there. If not, if you got other stuff to do with your life, thanks so much for tuning into the HifiVega Network and watching our show. I apologize we didn't talk about too much car audio tonight, but don't worry. Next week we'll be back, and we'll be fresh on a hot topic. I'm sure Hi-Fi will come up with a great one, and we'll just dig deep into it and really, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And for your 14 4-volt guys having your own little world on the outside, thanks for tuning in tonight.
And we'll see you next week. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.